Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be back on here and to report for you all that are new. Thank you so much for coming on to the Unfinished Business channel, which my unfinished business is debt. And here on this channel, I share with you the debt that I'm in and how I'm trying my very best to get out of debt with no job. Still no job. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since my last video, and let me tell you guys what has transpired since my last video. For some reason, I took my car to go get an oil change. It's regular scheduled time to go. And normally I get the paper back. They say, Miss Bright, everything's good. Have a good day. We'll see you at your next oil change. This time, that did not happen. I took the car in to get the oil change and I was informed that I had 2 leaks. So I'm like, I knew that it was raining in my life. I didn't realize that it was about to pour. So he said, the leaks aren't a big deal. You know, the leaks is very easy to fix. He said, but the problem is, so when they start off with the problem is, you know it's going to be something. The problem is the engine has to be removed in order to get to the particular leaks. He said that's going to be $6,000. I literally had to take a pause and was like, Lord, what is happening right now? I am trying my very best to stay positive, but I just feel like these situations keep sticking to me. And it's life, right? Like, let's just be clear. Like, I'm no different than anyone else. People lose their jobs all the time. People have car repairs that are needed all the time. So I'm no different. But I will say when they're coupled together, it does kind of hit you a little bit. So I received that news. And then something else had happened to me. I noticed that last week I was sick, but the week prior, I felt like my momentum to, how can I say it? My momentum to try and get a job, try to get out of my head with all this stuff that's going on, it was affecting me. And I don't know if anyone else has lost their job and has had like lifing and has, I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're stuck. It feels like you're lethargic almost. And I feel like that was something that I went through within these last 2 weeks. And it didn't help because last week I was sick. So I felt like I couldn't even get up. Hence, what I do when I'm feeling like I'm just like not here, I go, and I know many people do this, but I do it. I go onto social media and I do the scroll thing. For me, I was listening to this podcast where someone was talking about the YSL trial, and normally I wouldn't be drawn to it, but because of the way they did the summary from week to week, it really grabbed my interest. And then I start watching the live. Now, the live is like horrible because it's an 8-hour commitment and you don't want to let it go. You just keep listening to it. So I've been listening to it probably for the past 2 weeks. And it's doom and gloom in my opinion, which could potentially be contributing to the way I feel emotionally. But it's just like, I'll tell you what, I don't ever want to get in trouble. I don't ever want to be in a situation that puts me where I have to be in a courtroom. it's just, if you guys are familiar with the trial, I mean, you know, but if you're not, oh my goodness, it makes me want to go out and just give flyers to all young people and say, please don't mess up your life. Please don't go in the direction you shouldn't, just because these kids were so young and just had so many challenges, and it makes me cry. It makes my heart sad. So I don't want to get into that because that's not what this channel's about. But I did want to share with you guys, just my mind has just been just not productive. I think that's probably the better thing to say. Now, I have been trying to deep clean my house, so I am proud of that. But just because I'm cleaning my house, it's not going to bring in any revenue. The goal of this channel is to continue to tackle unfinished business, which is my debt. And so I try to keep that in the forefront of my mind. And I've committed to get my focus back and to start applying for the unemployment. I will tell you this, my plan was to wait on applying for that unemployment because I wanted to finish using my settlement funds, which has really paid for the first 2 months that I've been off of work. Now, hopefully, my settlement will pay my bills for the next 3 months while I'm looking for a job. So that's been my game plan. Another thing that I had mentioned on the previous video, is that I had transferred a balance to a Zero credit card. I just want to know, like, what are you all's thoughts on transferring funds to a Zero balance credit card? I know that essentially it saves you on interest. I think I put $3,500 on a credit card, and I received a bill and it was like $41. And that's good and dandy, but really I need to be paying like $211 in order to pay it within 18 months. And I just want to know, like, have you guys been successful with that? I just, like, were you able to stay committed to it? Were you able to pay it off before the interest kicked in? Just what your experience has been with that, because my husband and I were talking and we thought it would be a better idea to transfer everything over to Zero balance credit cards. But listen, I have enough credit cards, and let me say this, I have enough credit cards. It's crazy trying to transfer it over. I know that ultimately it's going to save me money. It's going to be better for me in the long run. But y'all, I can't be doing 10 credit cards. Oh my goodness, that's a lot to keep up with. I mean, I shouldn't have got myself in this situation, so it is what it is. I need to do whatever I got to do to get out. And y'all, this whole like situation has been like me talking to myself in a very aggressive way, like Ebony's. And I'm not even giving myself grace. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just telling myself, girl, you got to do it. You got to keep on pushing. You got to keep on pushing. You got to keep on pushing. So I'm trying to keep on pushing, but I think finances are starting to get a little thin for what I was able to bring to the table. So now I'm going to have to see if my husband can start helping me a little bit. And I hate to do that because my husband, he wears big hats and he has a lot of responsibilities, and he covers all the bills in the house, and he has his own business, and he has employees that he pays. And so there's just a lot that he has to do, and just to try to absorb all of my shenanigans, I don't want to put that burden on him. Although he's more than willing to try to help where he can. I don't want to do that. I want to get out of this myself. So yeah, that's the conversation for today. And that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods for the past 2 weeks. One thing that I wanted to ask you all is my approach to, I guess, sharing my debt situation is to tell you how much I started with and then how much I'm down versus going credit card by credit card. I don't know if you guys want to hear that. If you do, more than happy to share that. I think this is the binder that I keep all of that information in. And so, I mean, if we want to go line upon line, I mean, I'm more than happy to do that and just kind of walk down what that looks like. Or if you guys just want to hear, hey, Ebonice, what's your total, girl? Where are you at? Are you doing better? What's the situation? I'm more than happy to share that with you. Something else that I wanted to talk about was I'm a shopper. Let's just put that out there. Let's just be completely honest. Like, that's the elephant in the room. That's why we're here today. That's my whole situation. I want to talk about, and I'll do it in another video. You guys let me know if you want to even hear it. What it feels like to not be a shopper. Like when you're used to, and I know probably somebody's watching this and saying, "Girl, what you mean? You got $70,000 in debt? What you mean?" I get all of that, but there's still something that says, "Hey, if I only have 50 cents to spare, can I go buy the Now Later for 10 cents and work within that small?" I don't know what that is, and listen. I know that I need to talk to Ebonice and tell me to get myself together. And I'm not saying that I went out here and just did crazy stuff, but there is this, like, it's not like cutting the faucet off and just being like, okay, so this is something I'm not going to do. Especially when I've been doing this for years. There has been a struggle, and I've been trying to pray about it. I've been trying to get myself together. I've been trying to get to the core of what ticks and makes me feel like that I want to shop. So that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. But if you guys want me to kind of go into detail on that, just let me know. Put it in the comment section. But I like to leave on a positive note. So on the good side, I did apply for health insurance through the government and was approved. And I'm so excited for that because I have a procedure that needs to be scheduled. And I knew that I was going to have to pay 20% if I still was working on at my previous job. And I was prepared to do that. But it's kind of refreshing to know that it's going to be covered through the government insurance. And that's not something that I've like utilized, and just knowing that it's there and I have that capability that's positive. So I try to glean to things that are positive, and that was really good, and that felt like a win for me. So yeah, I just thought I would share that. Well, I'm not going to ramble. I feel like I've already been rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment in the comment section. Let's continue this conversation. I appreciate everyone that's been leaving comments. It's definitely been helpful, and it's definitely given me something to think about on these as I upload these videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, bye.